Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Spar and Brawl. I hope you're having a decent day. As always, I'm joined by my co-host, Sam the Contrarian, and we're back with another episode of midweek progressive tweets. We're really liking this. They're pretty easy to make. They're pretty chilled and they're fun and lead to some good conversations every now and then. So as per usual, please like and subscribe. And of course, timestamps are down below. Sam, are you ready to get this party started?
Why are you trying to just like insert nicknames? Is that
But
some
Sam the
marketing
Contrarian
ploy
is
you read
good.
about?
People like it. People like it.
Yeah, I've been told that a lot, but it does
I think
imply
you
that you
told me
just want to
once. You
disagree.
told me once that you yourself think that you're contrarian, or you were, or to an extent are a contrarian.
I was for sure. I think I was. There is something wrong with me that looks for the like. Even if I agree with
Yeah.
the movies I love, I tend to focus on things I hate. But it does imply that you just disagree for the sake of disagreement, like you have some sort of a disease. So yeah, it's not well, whatever. It's if it works as a marketing ploy, I don't care.
All right, how about I call you Sam the critique? That's better. No, that doesn't go
Oh,
well.
very
No,
high
no, let's stick to
class.
contrarian.
Very.
All right,
No,
let's
no, I like the.
Sam the noble critique. No, okay. Let's get started,
Yeah.
Sam, with the first tweet. So this is what I love it. I love how, okay, let's read it first. So Glenn pretty much received one of these emails, and I'm also subscribed to this email service for some reason. I don't always also get this email by The Intercept asking for money, which in the next tweet, the person makes a very good point. But anyway, let's start off with Glenn. He's like, so The Intercept announced today that as of 18 months ago, they began to experience a significant and precipitous drop in people willing to be paying members and to donate. Did anything change exactly 18 months ago over there that might have caused this sad decline?
Again, you read this without the proper tone. Did anything happen exactly 18 months ago over there that might have caused this sad decline? Ooh. Yeah, Glenn is clearly throwing a lot of shade.
I
I
know,
think
he's too funny. And in here, in the part that he
the
highlighted, it
email
says
is
that,
so weird.
huh?
The email is so weird. Sorry, just in my view.
No, the email itself or the email address?
The email itself, the content.
Oh, but they
I don't know
always
about the
send that.
address.
They always send that email. And here, anyway, it's saying over the last 18 months, the number of readers making recurring monthly donations to the Intercept has declined by nearly 20%. But no, they always send emails like this, and sometimes a bit
No,
more
but
personal. It's either like Jeremy Scahill or what's that very famous Canadian female, the Shock Doctrine journalist.
Naomi Wolf,
No,
Naomi Klein.
Yeah, Naomi Klein, I believe. Or she
Naomi
writes like a
Klein.
more
Naomi
personal.
Wolf. Somebody completely different. Oh my.
Or
Anyway.
she writes a more personal
Person
kind
like
of
what?
request
Like
for money.
Cam, we know where you live.
No, like
Come
there's
on,
more of
we
a
know you
story
have
to it.
spent.
Sorry, I mean in that sense, even this one too. Yeah.
No, that's the thing. I mean, okay, I haven't seen those, but it feels like your mom sending you an email. It's kind of like that. Most of these contributions were small donations of $5 or $10 a month, but together they really added up. We understand that a lot of people are squeezed financially and simply can't give as much as they like. But this is no time for investigation journalism to be cutting back or trimming sales. Oh, very well. So it is like literally reminds me of me calling my grandmother that, yeah, I don't, yeah, I know you're busy, very busy boy. You don't call, very busy these days with your work and all that. But I am your grandmother, and I'm alive about a couple of days. So it feels very like emotional blackmail type. No, don't you agree?
Yeah, to an extent, but they all do it. I don't know. I'm kind of used to it. And I mean, what are you going to
Yeah,
do? I mean, you
ignore.
ask for money. So, but I think the person, the next tweet actually, so it's on the same topic, they make, I would say,
Definitely.
a more interesting point even. So Kit Clarenberg, Aaron Matty retweeted this, tweeted with a picture of the of the email with some other one. Sorry to hear that, The Intercept. Can't say I'm willing to stump up any cash to save your failing organization after you plagiarize my work. So I'm not sure what he's referring to there. But you know who is in squeeze financially right now? Pierre Omidyar. You may have heard of him. That's kind of the funny part of like The Intercept asking money.
Yeah,
It's because
yeah.
they're backed by this huge billionaire. And like, I mean, I get it. He can't, I guess, go around financing and funding everything, but you wanted to finance this media organization. It probably doesn't cost you anything. And at the same time, they're not making their money off selling a product, but through donations, which I understand is a business model that works
Maybe
very well for this kind of sector. But that's the first thing that comes to your mind. You're like, why don't you just ask Pierre Omidyar? I mean, I get it, but it's just, yeah.
maybe they had a fight or something with Pierre Omidyar. They can directly like tell him. So the whole email is actually really just targeting him, really. But like they have to send to all, so it's not obvious that they're
Maybe
asking Pierre
you're right,
Omidyar. Like, like,
but they do
yeah,
this
we don't want
very
to tell you,
frequently.
Pierre, but oh, do they?
Yeah. Very
That's
often
why
they
you should
sent out.
never, man, subscribe to these.
But
Like
I
they
love reading like an article in my emails. You know,
spam
a
you.
nice little article arrives, like I'm subscribed to TK News by Matt Taibbi, drops in your mailbox, read the article. Like I told you, I also really like reading newsletters. So
Yeah, fair enough. I
bit
mean,
of a sucker for that.
but yeah, very good point. I didn't know I don't know if this plagiarism claim is definitely true or
Yeah, I
not,
don't
but
know
that
about
would,
that. Does anybody know about that? Any leads? Maybe we can pursue it ourselves. But I didn't know
we could
who
have
he
Googled it,
was.
but
I mean, I don't know who he was. His Twitter was small. It didn't seem like something I would get a nice quick answer with a little
oh, Aaron
Google.
Matter retweeted, probably genuine then, I would
Oh, there you
assume.
go.
Like,
Stamp of approval by Aaron
I
Matter right
mean,
there.
just
Yeah,
historically speaking.
that is true.
Yeah.
All right. Christian Smalls, who Sam, I was telling you. Anyway, let me read the tweet first. Breaking news. Bernie Sanders, the one and only, is coming to NYC to visit Amazon labor and the workers of Amazon this Sunday. Man, did you
Nice.
catch the Christian Smalls interview with Tucker Carlson?
Just yeah. No, yeah. I watched the thing, yeah.
Man, smart and articulate guy on top of his organization abilities and stuff, if you ask me, based on the video that I saw. Like the first question of Tucker was set up for him to bash AOC. But instead of getting into that, he said, well, no politician supported me anyway, so why would I single her out or us? And then he just went on to talk about why they need to unionize and also just bash on Amazon a little bit from what I recall. I need to go listen to it again. But I mean, you know, the thing that I really liked is that his conversation with Tucker Carlson wasn't just him saying all these like, you know, catchphrases or, you know, like slogans or things like that. So I really enjoyed it.
No, it was pretty good. Yeah, I mean, Tucker is so transparent. It's like, like I left the breadcrumbs so you can like then smash AOC in the head. But yeah, it's just so.
Tucker is so cartoonish. Like nowadays, I've seen him a few
doesn't
times,
seem real.
and he's
Fair.
too funny.
Did you see the fair part? Fair. Yes. What are you doing? Just shut up. Because he's always trying to seem like he's interested in whoever he's interviewing. So he either has this constant weird face of,
I know. Yeah, you told me about that, and once you told me about that, that's I can't get on my head.
or nowadays he apparently goes, yeah, fair. Yeah. What you doing? Just stay still. But yeah, he handled it very. I mean, it's so funny that he's so articulate and
who, Christian Smalls
reasonable.
or Tucker Carlson?
Yeah,
No, Christian Smalls.
Yeah, Tucker Carlson. No, of course not.
Yeah.
Yeah, Christian Smalls. He's very articulate and reasonable compared to a lot of like politicians who are all such drama people.
Yeah, I mean, he's not a politician, but yeah.
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean, he's in that role and position.
He's in politics. I guess.
He's but yeah, I was really impressed with that interview. So maybe we'll talk a little bit more about him tomorrow during our podcast. Because like I told you that, for instance, another vote coming up in another Amazon warehouse, he said next week or something. So
Wow, nice.
party
Nice.
continues. Yeah. Michael Tracy, this guy's slowly becoming one of my new favorites. Spoke to a Chinese restaurant proprietor in London. First person I've met who openly supports the Russian invasion. His logic was related to Yugoslavia and the creation of the euro. Kind of hard to follow. Won't name the restaurant because it might get sanctioned or drone struck. I love that part. It's kind of hard to follow.
Yeah, it's. I mean,
that kind of happens when you sometimes talking to someone and you think you're on the same page, and like your conclusion and consequence and like final arrive destination is there, but how you get there is sort of like a totally different route.
but I would like to know what
Yeah.
was it, just to have fun, just to because I don't know how you. I mean, I guess I don't know. I'm guessing the guy who was talking about American imperialism or European imperialism of some kind. I'm guessing.
Honestly, when you
I
bring up
guess not.
Yugoslavia and stuff, it's like I really know so little there that I can't really guess.
Yeah, I know a little
Yeah.
bit, but it's fun. But what was I gonna say? I forgot. Doesn't matter. Oh, I know quite a lot of people who are like, I mean, it's quite common, I think,
I mean,
Russian supporters.
when I listen openly with people in public in Western European countries, it's much less. So I kind of see what Michael Tracy's saying and what less. But like recently, I was in the Middle East, and yeah, I saw there it was much more like open for people to be critical of the US rather than Russia and all that.
Yeah, I
No,
mean,
100% right.
I must say in the media though, it's pretty unanimously anti-Russia, but yeah.
But the
People.
public too, in Western countries, a large majority. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it's kind of dying down. They need the little boost in there. The media needs to jump back in there. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's kind of dying down. But a few weeks ago
The
or a
problem
month
with
and a half ago.
yeah, the problem with escalation is that you need increasing, like the horror sadly need to increase for the people to have the same. So, I mean, that's the problem. Like they need a proper chemical attack or something to be able to whip up.
Yeah.
It's crazy, sad, but yeah.
No. You're right. I mean, they're still on it though. Like I just clicked on France 24 yesterday to watch the news a bit. And like the first story was, of course, Russia, Ukraine, but it wasn't just saying the news. Like the first story right away went into segment with this journalist sitting in the car. And like, it was like a long, long segment kind of on the whole show. And, he was going around talking to people on the ground and all that. So it's all still there.
Yeah, fair enough. Have fun.
But yeah. All right, Sam. I don't know who Jalila Haider is, but she tweeted, I love her confidence, knowledge, eyeshadow, purse, dressing style,
Oh, that
public appearance,
deteriorated really fast.
and everything. Please, Pakistani men, don't feel insecure seeing women in big offices. We are 51% or still too less in public offices and spaces. So I love the part
Who
about the
is she?
eyeshadow and purse. That is absolutely hilarious. Dressing
Who is the lady?
I'm surprised she didn't say I love her walk, like her style of walking. Who she is, I don't know. I clicked who the lady is. I'm guessing some Pakistani female politician.
Thanks for that.
I mean, I don't really know. I don't know if it's.
I know the Imran Khan's ex-wife has been target of like protests in London and apparently threats and all that. But yeah, I mean, it did degenerate very fast. Like I love her confidence. I love how her brain works and how that jacket looks on her. It just. How did you go from confidence and knowledge to eyeshadows?
Like, I know, and I'm just
especially
looking.
What is with the, yeah, I mean,
yeah, I know.
Anyway, but she's right though. The dude, like Pakistan is not doing very well in terms of, although Pakistan has had a female prime minister,
Mm.
but they are not doing too well in terms of women's equality.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I know. I mean, the lady, like the post, like a few of those words, bless you, a few of those words in there don't really do service to the cause, you would think, but hey.
I mean, you could, because in Pakistan is a society like
No, fair
many
enough.
Islamic society that women are forced to cover up their body and their, physique. So maybe in that sense,
Oh yeah. What's going
But
on
I'm
today?
just,
Today
again,
you're understanding Sam. We need to redo the intro, remove contrarious Sam. We have understanding Sam now.
I
The
am
embodiment
I'm
of
now
empathy.
I'm countering you right now.
No,
Depends
you're
who's
throwing me off. That's the thing. I never know with you. And then I always get like, I'm like, yeah, I'm sure he's gonna say this. Then you say some other weird ass random shit that by the time I wrap my head around it, we're done recording.
Yeah, you thought I'm gonna be attacking this poor lady who I have nothing but I'm
No, that
the
would have been
weirdest
too
part is
transparent.
just
I know you, I don't know, you would have said something else. Like, I don't know, like that guy in the back or something. Like your mind always goes somewhere else. The chandeliers or
well,
something. I don't know.
the examples I must admit are very weird because it goes confidence, knowledge, eyeshadows, and then purse, and then dressing style and pop, like these, like
And everything.
it's not even like shoes and like the dressing is style, not dressing is style,
Yeah.
and purse. It's very yeah, it is weird, but
She
it's
does
like
look cool though. I'll
whatever.
give it to her. I mean, but
Does
a
she?
lot of people look cool in pictures. Man, I was watching this random
Yeah.
video on Instagram and the guy was teaching how to take pictures, right? For like models. It just came up like a 5-second video. And it was brilliant. Like he showed that like you never take a picture standing. Whenever they take a picture, a lot of time they pretend like they're walking. And that just changed the picture completely. And here she's actually walking. Well, like this model guy was showing me, I was
That's
like,
all right.
very interesting trick.
Interesting.
Maybe another life.
I know camera adds 10 pounds. That's the extent of my knowledge. But I must say, I am always jealous of this because like in India, Pakistan, and to a lesser extent in Iran, women get to wear these sort of shawls over their head and stuff. And I'm so jealous. I really like, whenever I see old movies and men used to have these shawls that they use, like I love shawls basically.
Yeah, no, scarves can be handy and they protect your neck. But actually, since you bring that up, I like
And
the
they look
jacket
cool.
that the guy is wearing though. That jacket that they wear in India a lot too, and in Pakistan too.
Oh
I
yeah, I
like
like
it.
those too. Yeah. I must say, I hate the pants. Pants must be tight in my view.
Yeah, the pants, I feel you, but the jacket
But
is
yeah,
really
the
nice.
jackets are awesome.
Yeah.
Jackets are pretty cool. Yeah.
But okay, let's move on.
We gotta pivot to a style, yeah, like a commentary on celebrities like clothing, politicians' clothing. That's a niche nobody's covering. Like if we just
It's
focus
true,
on our channel, right?
but you would run out. What are
Today,
you going to talk
Imran
about?
Khan is
Hillary Clinton's
escorting
blue jacket, and that's it. It's just that, and that's it.
Hillary again, rocking a Buddhist monk attire, just like her 2016 campaign. Yeah.
No, stop. Yeah, so I
You
think we
talk
ran out of
about
content.
Bernie Sanders hairstyle.
That's true.
I mean, not that I'm judging, but
I think hairstyles would have more to talk about. But okay, let's keep this going. Yeah, so this is what I was saying. David Weigel had tweeted, folks, Sanders has not ruled out another run for president if Biden doesn't. And Ben Burgess says, fuck yes. And I agree with him because even just at the very least, Bernie Sanders just running and, even if it doesn't go anywhere, I mean, still more fun, entertaining, informative, and everything else. And, at least there's that like 1% of hope somewhere deep down there. So better than,
much better than anybody from the progressive like politics or leftist politics I can think of. Interestingly, Dave Weigel was on Chapo Trap House's latest episode. They discussed the primaries and all that. I'll send you the link later. It's pretty good. It's very quite informative in a
Nice.
somewhat surprising fashion. Hopefully we talk about it maybe tomorrow or something.
Okay, yeah, interesting, definitely. And by the way, so the rest, yeah, oh, it's already in a quote. If Biden doesn't run.
Yeah, of course, which is not likely. I mean,
I
Obama
don't know,
apparently.
man.
Did you not?
No, I didn't
mean,
hear. I'm just guessing,
there's
honestly.
no, there's a good chance he might pass, literally pass. But yeah, but apparently after Obama went to White House, he like was encouraged, or he confirmed that he's definitely gonna run for 2024 and all that.
Who's gonna run for 2024?
Biden.
Biden. Oh, yeah. I thought you were gonna say he's not gonna run.
Oh no, I said he's probably gonna run. I
Oh,
think.
yeah, me too, 100%. I think that's what the Democratic Party wants. I mean, as someone was saying, yeah, I think it was Kyle Kalinske was actually saying that he was like, unless his like approval ratings like reach like 10% or something like insanely low, then perhaps they would think about it. Like, yeah.
I think maybe if his health really deteriorates, but otherwise I doubt.
Yeah. But I mean, they just have to get him past the line, because once he's president, he's president. So even if he passes away a year into that, then you just have the vice president. And
are we gonna? Do you think? Do you know about the Weekend at Bernie's? Have you heard of that movie? Yes.
I mean, that's what they did like, literally last time.
Sunglasses and yeah.
Just playing tape recordings of him saying messed up things.
Yeah. They're gonna edit his older videos together and to say, I am for more, good things. Yeah.
Jesus. But okay, next one. So this is hilarious, Sam. This is an actual screenshot from Newsmax. I did not edit this. Do you get it? The left considers Black conservatives to be traitors.
Oh, wow. Left to traitors to what?
Just no, look at the photo. It's all in there. Just keep on looking.
Yeah, Sheriff David Clarke, Herman Cain, Ben Shapiro, Ben Carson.
Yeah, Black conservatives to be traitors.
Ben Shapiro is a bit of a surprise. I guess. But I don't know, maybe that's a panel they are having.
Perhaps.
I don't know. But yeah.
No, that can't be a panel. Herman Cain is dead.
Oh, you're right. I mean, you never know.
I always
maybe
thought it was
that
was Cain. 999.
board. They could try to what do you call it when they try to contact him through a medium or something?
Yeah.
It's Newsmax. They probably believe in
true. But
ghosts.
like, to be honest, what else was Herman Cain? I mean, all he said during his campaign was 999. So I mean, all you need is just like...
and he said, don't ask me about Tajiki, my Tiki Pikikistan. I want to know the name of the president of. Do you remember? Don't ask me some gotcha questions about Tajiki, Majiki, Pakistan.
What a guy, man.
David Clarke is a genuine, from what I remember, David Clarke is a genuine humanist scum. Like, apparently he used, like, I remember reading something, don't quote me or anything on that, but I think his police, the police station he ran or whatever, they've been like involved in a number of abuses, chaining people to walls, pregnant women being mistreated. Really disgusting piece of work.
Yeah, I remember something like that. And he became big during like the initial Black Lives Matter movement, like I think 2016. I remember there was this interview he came on with this CNN guy, or maybe 2015-ish. That's the first time I saw him. And he did this interview with the CNN guy, and the CNN guy pushed back on him. That's from when I recall him. The first Black Lives Matter movement, period. Not the one from 2 years ago, but going back. I remember during that time, he came out and he said, the typical stuff you would want to hear from him if you're on the white conservative side, I guess, or however you want to put it.
Yeah, real. I mean, by the way, left considers Black conservatives to be traitors. Traitors to, if it's like, they could, like, that's fine if traitors to, like,
that's true.
The cause of the left. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't read into it too much into what Newsmax
Yeah.
is saying or what they've been talking about.
That's
But okay,
news,
let's
maximum news. Like a
Newsmax.
child named this. Like, what are we gonna call our channel? Maximum News. Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're as lame as it gets from what I've
Like,
seen.
it's like when I was kid, I would name a superhero like Hero Man.
Those are typically the names that they go with, but yeah,
Yeah.
Spider-Man, Batman, Superman. So,
Yeah.
all right, the next one. Public Citizen tweeted, "Never forget that in 2020, people of color made up 94% of marijuana-related arrests by the NYPD."
Sucks. But I must say, I don't like the language used. People of color, like white people are also of color. Like it's not like they're not
Yeah.
transparent, you know.
But in this
You
sense,
can't
I know
see
what
through
they,
them.
and I know it. Yeah, I mean, I know
Yeah,
what
yeah,
they
of
mean,
course
but
they-
sometimes I actually have issue with that because sometimes like they're talking about like someone is talking about like a situation that especially affects African Americans, right? So they're talking about African Americans, they're talking about African American, like specifically all the examples. Then when they're wrapping up or they're just saying something, they're like, yeah, you know, we should just remember, always do this for African Americans or Black Americans and people of color in general. They kind of just throw in like the people of color after. So I know they're talking about Latinos and other, but a lot of the issues are different. I just feel like it's a bit of pandering sometimes when you just throw it in there when you're talking about a specific issue and giving examples that are mainly about African Americans. But at the end, you just throw that in there to cover all your bases or something.
Yeah, just in case. Yeah. No, yeah, you're right. I agree. Like,
Yeah.
it's better to talk specifically. But I mean, you could argue people of color, like Hispanics and Blacks and others are overwhelmingly working class. Like they
And the
not
police go
working class is
after.
overwhelmingly
Yeah.
white, but they are overwhelmingly working class, and yeah, police goes after them
And the target.
more.
But I mean,
So
there are
and
all those
so you
studies
know,
that you hear about all the time. I haven't read them, but they all kind of show like how African Americans and like white Americans consume marijuana at the same rate, sell marijuana at the same rate, and but you know the rate at which when you put in the same ratio and look at who faces more arrests, it's like not even comparable.
I am very suspicious of those studies though, because I find it weird. How could like I don't know. It's kind of like those polls that show
No, I
everybody
think
supports
this.
Medicare for all, but then in reality, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think it's like that because this you can get much more, much more accurate data. I would imagine on this on
Yeah,
consumption or
yeah, you're
dealers.
right. Yeah, this
And
is
you know, and like most, yeah, and like most people in their own neighborhood, a lot of time, if neighborhoods are relatively segregated and stuff to like an extent, naturally, so you know, a white person will go buy weed a lot of time from a white dealer,
no,
so on and
it
so
makes
forth, and
it
then their arrest
definitely
rates are totally different and not even comparable, and it comes down to all the other police issues everybody's heard and knows about in the States.
no, yeah, no, fair enough. No, it definitely makes more sense. It's just I'm I'm
I mean, those
interested to know
studies
what
and
was
those
the
things are
methodology.
actually much more accurate than this stat alone. Like this stat alone, I kind of grouped it in my head with that kind of context, and then I thought it was a worthwhile one. But yeah, let's keep it going, Sam. 2 more left here. Okay, this one I brought it for you. So Jeremy Corbyn. Jeremy Corbyn is being widely attacked for expressing a preference for ceasefire rather than perpetually escalating warfare. This is considered a fringe, disgraceful view in the UK, US, blah, blah, blah. Corbyn is one of the vanishingly few political figures with any prominence. I mean, there never were any. There's always just one and two. So even though he's always been exiled from the Labour Party, he must once again be ruthlessly slimed. And just read what let's just read what he wrote quickly, what he said actually. The problem, quote, the problem is that the more arms are poured in and the energy is put into supporting military in Ukraine, then we'll end up with a very long proxy war. The longer the war goes on, the more people are going to be killed. As Michael Tracy said, Corbyn making an utterly obvious point. And
yeah, man. I mean, yeah, I don't think it sucks, but yeah, Jeremy Corbyn has been exiled. I'm not sure. I haven't followed up the news recently, but I'm not sure even he's able to stand as a Labour MP during the next election. The issue with his whip has not been resolved. But yeah, like the Guardian, I remember a couple of weeks ago or a month ago wrote something like, yeah, Corbyn has final, like in a very sort of dismissive sort of a sentence, sort of Corbyn has shown his true colors during the Ukraine-Russia thingy and all that. And he's just not important anymore to be considered or anything. So yeah, but and Keir Starmer is now like, talking a tough game on Russia and all that.
Oh yeah.
And he's, now it's all become a blaming game of who's closer to Russians. And it's just ridiculous. Both political parties in UK are completely like, there is a famous party with Peter Mandelson and George Osborne, the former Chancellor of Exchequer during David Cameron, where they were on a Russian oligarch's boat and all. Like they are all like big friends. They're all part of the same club. So it's so funny. Like, no, you are with the Russians. No, you are with the Russians. Oh, Jesus.
But man, Keir Starmer, I mean, he's such a Democrat. I mean, it's as if someone took him from the US Democratic Party and just like put him right in there. The US should maybe look into giving him a passport and running him on the Democratic ticket. I mean, not that you want that as a leftist, but from the Democratic Party, I'm like, are you guys sure this isn't like your lost child or something like that?
I mean, you're right. Like the biggest, unifying factor among Democrats, I think, is that they're all losers.
Yeah.
Like even when they win, they're just such losers. Like look at Obama's presidency, even Clinton's presidency to an extent, but less so. Fair, to be fair. Biden, I mean, just complete, like this is not even a joke. It's like complete.
And the parts where Biden isn't a loser.
Yeah, Keir Starmer.
Sorry, continue. Sorry.
No, go. Sorry.
No.
Keir Starmer was just a perfect, just embodies a loser so well. So you're right. He should try to run for like a presidency in the US.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, and I was just gonna say, the only time Biden isn't a loser is when when he goes a bit cuckoo and just starts saying crazy stuff. That's to be fair to
I'll
him.
beat you. I'll take you behind the school and beat you.
Do you remember when he went to a push? Oh man, Biden campaigning though, when he thought he had no chance, when he thought they were just like, making him go around for no reason. Biden, like in the early stages of his campaign, was something else, man. Just a loose cannon.
I don't think he thought he had no chance. I think he thought he had chance, but especially because I think he always thought if he was the candidate in 2016 instead of Hillary, he would have won, which I think he's right. And but yeah, I think he was just losing it. So he's just saying random shit. Do you remember he got a reporter? What was it that he got the reporter and why is that? Why is this? Why is it like asking questions or something? He just lost it. Why that? Why this? Like, oh, Jesus. So funny. Anyway, yeah, but Keir, please take Keir to US.
Okay, and last tweet, like to wrap up with some processed vegan food. So Vegan Steven wrote plant-based shopping haul. So man, those sausage rolls would be damn good the next morning if you're hungover. The first item.
Yeah, I know, man.
You need that the next morning.
I talked about this. One of my favorite pasty and Cornish pasty, especially, but sausage rolls, and you can't get them in Middle East. They don't have that type of they don't make that type of dough. In Middle East, the dough is always different. It's not quite as flaky.
And see,
and man, just looking at that sausage roll is making me
Jesus. You need that the next one. And right next to it, now this product has yet to hit where I am, and I've never tried it. That's on the left is a Babybel, but plant-based. Man, I used to eat these like crazy as a kid.
What is a Babybel?
It's that cheese. Oh, you never had it? Like when I was a kid, I would eat it a lot. It's just this one cheese that always looks like the little red picture you see right here.
Oh yeah, the cheese that you open up and it's round.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
they've
All
made
right. No,
a
no. But it's
vegan,
green here.
it is a
Oh,
vegan version that they've
the
just made.
logo.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. What do they make vegan cheese out of? I
Um,
don't want to know. I don't want to.
no, all kinds of stuff. Some of them can be okay and add a little bit of a saltiness, but for a while they were really bad. Out of the fake vegan stuff, the ones that really I find serve a purpose and actually taste good are like the burger one and this like sausage rolls, because sometimes in some states of mind you you just need some processed food, and with a lot of oil and processed stuff, if you ask me, they make these ones turn out pretty decent, like the vegan burgers and all this. But yeah.
I never. I have you heard about that? Did you try that when you're in US? The Impossible Burger or
Oh, I
something?
haven't. I mean, here it's everywhere now where I'm. Yeah, yeah.
What is it good?
It's pretty damn good. Impossible Burger, with my experience, you can't really make it in the oven, so you really need a barbecue. But
Oh,
pretty tasty.
what is it made out of?
Every junk you can think of put together, and like I don't know
Oh,
what the base
great.
is, like maybe soy or tofu. I mean, it's extremely processed food. Like, don't get me wrong.
Oh, I see. Fair
Yeah.
enough. No, well, you gotta sometimes have fun.
Yeah.
What is that? Is that a plant-based, the one above the sausages? Is that that's a Cornish pasty, basically, I think.
Yeah, some
No,
of the
that's a
other stuff don't
croissant, two
look that
croissants.
impressive, to be honest. They've been around for a long time. Some of these, yeah, I don't know what the croissant thing is. Like one of them is just bread.
What
I don't
is
know what those
this?
two liquids are.
One of them, I think, is a chocolate sauce, I would think.
Yeah,
Belgian chocolate.
yeah, that makes sense.
And the other one, I'm a plant-based original source. What is booty? What? Booty,
Maybe it could
body?
be some kind of supplement or
Oh, it's a body something. Yeah, I don't know.
yeah, I'm not sure
But
though.
nice. Thanks for, is this, oh yeah, it's not even your shopping. Thanks for sharing.
No.
And I must
But
say
yeah,
I every week I swear I'm gonna become vegetarian and stuff, but then it's just, I, it's hard, man. It's so hard.
yeah,
The
I
steak
don't know.
is so delicious.
All
It's
right.
very cruel.
On
I
that
know.
note, I don't know. I mean, I have a lot of empathy, so I understand. However, I don't personally find it to be that hard. And just like you, I also ate meat and everything else that you can think of for the first 22 years of my life, I believe. But I don't know.
There is no good replacement for
Oh, and when I
meat.
went vegan, none of this shit like existed, pretty much. When I went
Yeah,
vegan
you
10
were
years ago.
original. You were original when there was nothing in the desert before the utopia was built.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, fair enough. No, no, but
But
it's very bad thing. Yeah, I hate myself for it. It's probably the worst thing I think I do,
yeah,
eating meat.
I mean, you
Because
mean like environmental
you
impact sense,
kill
or for
other people.
yourself, or like what?
No,
Like
I
so?
don't care about that. No, it's just morally because you
Oh,
basically participate in a murder of a living being.
I wouldn't just say murder. It's unnecessary torture and then murder. Factory farming, I'm
Yes,
referring to the torture, right? Because if you go and kill an animal in the wild, or if it's like a smaller place and they have a few chickens and some cows, I don't think they torture them to that extent. But mass farming, they
no, no.
literally like torture those animals from
I
day one until they
I
they
always,
butcher them.
yeah, I always try to buy grass fed and that type of shit and all that. But
But I
yeah, I
believe that's
think
more
like for
for
example,
you, right? Like, I mean, I don't even know the grass-fed thing, but I believe that's just supposed to be better for your own health. Or I don't know. I don't actually know.
that too, I think
Mhm.
that too, because it's been proven when they're tortured and treated badly, their bodies produce loads of acids and bad things
Mhm.
and all that. But I thought grass fed means that they have a space to sort of hang out and,
Maybe, maybe,
sort of, yeah, it's still they're
maybe.
gonna get murdered, but yeah, it's better.
But I mean,
But
to me, I
yeah,
feel like the
but when you
torture
eat
part is a
pizza,
very big part um,
yeah,
of
that's
like
the
the
worst
cruelty.
because I mean, up until recently, and even now, just for the middle class, it wasn't really optional to, you had to pretty much eat meat, I think. Like less than like 200 years, like there was not as much,
Not really, man. And if
available,
you look at it, and if you look at like
like if you
internationally, if you look at like East Asian countries, if you look
that's
at
true, India.
Americas and stuff, they used to eat a lot more just rice and beans and other grains and all this until a lot of them became much richer, and then the animal
No,
products
but they
came into
usually
place.
had
It
meat
depends on
as,
the environment also, so what you can grow and what not.
sure, sure. And generally we are like, everybody who even ate meat, they used to eat meat much less often than we do these days. Like, that's for sure. But I guess like if you, lived in like, I don't know, like Northern Europe or somewhere that is cold, and it was very like, you can't blame somebody for hunting and eating meat.
Yeah.
But especially the last 30 years with all these other options and all that, it does feel like,
Yeah.
the only reason is just personal joy. So it does feel bad.
Seems
Yeah.
like it. And I mean, a lot of people genuinely have this belief that, like they need it. If not, if they don't eat meat, like, they're gonna have huge health consequences, which
And so many people tell me that, whenever I tell them, I never do it, but like, oh, my daughter or my sister or somebody I know became vegan, and after 2 years the doctor told him or her that
yeah.
they should stop, otherwise they're gonna die or something. Did that never happen to you?
Oh,
Like,
of
did you ever
course,
have any
man.
health
That
issues?
of course, no, health issues. No, I mean, the reality is the absolute opposite. Most people who go vegan and stay vegan, health improves dramatically, which was my case, and that's why I stuck to it. But I thought you were gonna say, did you hear these things? I was gonna be like, oh yeah. I mean,
Oh,
it's
all right.
one of the hottest topics that you can bring up, and people always know their friends, brothers, sisters, grandma who went like vegan and like immediately dropped dead and died. And then they also do this really weird thing, which other vegans have realized. Then they suddenly start asking you about like really unhealthy and processed food, and if you're gonna miss them. But they're like, so how are you gonna do it without McDonald's? Or how are you gonna do this? The questions oftentimes go into that. And it's kind of, if you're like, quitting something else that's bad, and someone's gonna be like, how are you not gonna do this drug again? You're like,
Yeah, they do
that's
seem
the
like
kind
they
of
want to.
point. They immediately go into this, and 2 seconds after that, they're like, oh, but you should eat more healthy, and yeah, I'm gonna cut down on my meat. Like in 1 minute, people would tell me like the most contrarian stuff, all in one. And then when you let them sit on it, then they kind of like turn around a little later, like, yeah, I'm also trying to cut back on this. Yeah, and it's true that this isn't good for you, like her. And I'm like, well, I'm glad you're having a conversation with yourself. I didn't come to say all these, but yeah, you're moving in the right direction.
I'm just gonna go. Okay.
Yeah, I don't care.
No, fair, but I love that. Yeah, everybody has a cousin's brother who, yeah, as you said, dropped it like half an hour after we came.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
man.
all right, should we wrap this up?
Sure, yeah.
So as always, folks, please leave your comments, questions, and criticisms down below. We'll make sure to get to them. If not, please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in our next video. Thank you.